everybody. We are back again talking about another film coming up soon at the Denton Black Film Festival, happening here in Denton, January 25th through 28th. Super, super happy to be getting to talk about all of these films. We're really, really excited about it. On the phone, we have Eddie Harris, writer and producer of Steps. How are you doing, Eddie?
I'm good. I'm good, Jake. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you very much for being here and talking with us on the radio. So, before we go into the film, let's talk a little bit about you, your personal history, your bio. You've got a pretty star-studded list of characters and that are involved in this thing. Well, I don't mean characters, literally, just producers and folks that are involved in this film. Really,
Yeah.
really incredible cast. So, talk a little bit about yourself and all that stuff, and then I want to go into the film a little bit.
Okay. Well, I've been in the film business for about 20 years now. Started out as just a writer,
Hmm.
and it's. I always tell people it's funny that I didn't do all that well in English in high school and in college. So it's ironic that I ended up being a writer and finding a new love for it and just and just pursuing a career in it. But and like I said, I've been in the business for about 20 years. I got into the business. My first deal was actually with Eddie Murphy Enterprise, his company,
Wow.
for an animation project. And that was my introduction into the business through Ray Murphy. And when he brought me in for a project that I submitted to them that they liked, an option, they basically showed me the process of developing, an idea and taking it from an idea to script to screen. And
Cool.
that was that's why I guess that's when I got bit by the bug, the writing bug, and set everything off from there.
Very cool.
So I went on and just went on and just started doing a lot of freelance work for people and just working my way up the chain.
Love it. Very, very cool to hear. So the film is called Steps. Tell us a little bit about what it's about and the process of putting all this together.
Well, Steps is a story about recovery, redemption, forgiveness, and love, and the steps that people take in their lives to get to these places. And it was actually the story is 5 years in the making
Wow.
from coming up with the idea. I wrote the script in 3 days. So I'm so passionate about it, and I
Yeah.
love the story. And from there, that was the start of a 5 year journey to getting the funding, getting the cast, the crew, everything together.
Hmm.
Other local other filmmakers know the process. But um, the idea was just sparked from wanting to do a story that can be that everyone can relate to.
Hmm.
I wanted to do a story that's just not a black and white story, but a human story, a story that touches everyone. Everyone can
Hmm.
relate to it. Who can't relate to redemption, forgiveness,
Yeah.
love? So, and the response in the film has been great so far. I mean, we've screened it a few places. It's film is so powerful that we've had men cry because this
Hmm.
story really explores the relationships of men, and it's a lot of different moving pieces in this film, a lot of messages that that the audience loves. So.
Yeah. Love it. Super, super cool. Well, it's really been a ton of buzz around it. We've been really excited to get to talk about this one. You've got some really incredible producers that have been working on this with you. For anybody that doesn't know about the film or know about the producers, let us just name drop a little bit some of the folks that have been involved in this.
Okay, well, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq is one of the executive producers.
Super cool.
Yeah, Mike Paris, Greg Ferguson, Michael Baumgartner is one of the, he's the man who this film would not have gotten made without him believing
Mm.
in it. Also, Derek D. Dot is also a producer. He's a Grammy Award winning producer who's been in the music business. He's worked a lot with, some of the mega stars from, Biggie Smalls to Puff to, just 'cause his list goes on and on. You
Mm.
know, there's a lot of accomplishments in the music business. So, Pauletta Washington is also a part of the film.
Hmm.
So, a lot of people came together to make this thing happen, just for
Yeah.
the love of the story, the message, and I'm happy with what the film turned out to be. It's beautiful. It's a
So
beautiful
great.
story.
Well, and congratulations for writing something in 3 days that gathered so much attention from so many heavy hitters. That's so cool. Really, really congratulations on that. So give us a couple of highlights, maybe some stories or just a little taste of what we could see in this film.
Well, with Steps, I mean, you'll see it's a heartfelt film. It pulls at your heartstrings, and it's, as I said, it's a story that it's a human story. It's a story that deals with domestic violence. It deals with addiction. It deals with fatherless children. It's so many different messages. It's a story that explores the relationship of men. It shows you a different side. The characters in this story are very unique because you see a lot of these stories out here, and these characters in these stories, they exist, and they exist in our neighborhood. Every day we walk outside, we interact with these characters in this story every day. But very rarely do you see these type of films that put a light on these characters, everyday people, who are going through, just everyday struggles. And that's why, the film is so well received, because when people look at the film, they don't see color. They see just characters going through struggles that they themselves go through. So we've had screenings where we've had people stand up and state their name and then state that they've been in recovery for, a certain amount of time, a certain amount of years. And we've had people get up and say, listen, I don't like dramas, but I love this story because I felt it with me. I remember a screening we had, and a young man gets up and he says he wanted to thank us for making this movie, because he's been in recovery for a certain amount of years, and what he saw in the film that really struck home was, he said, as a recovering alcoholic, the hardest thing for him to do every day is to just walk past a liquor store. And this is what our main character, who's played by Rob Morgan, who did a phenomenal job in the film, and he's also in the film that was just released called Mud Down. He's playing a powerful character in that story as well. But these are the type of feedback that we get from the audience. So it's a very, very powerful, moving film that it never lets me down with the reaction. I mean, when people see the film, the reaction is standing ovation.
Love it.
Inspirational, exciting. So I look forward to showing it here in Texas and at the Denton Black Film Festival. And I look forward to putting it out there, bringing it here.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for people to get to see it, and it sounds like it's going to be an extremely relatable film that just about anybody could probably see at least a little bit of themselves in it. So it sounds really, really, really cool.
Absolutely.
Well, awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Eddie, thank you very, very much for being on the radio with us today. We really appreciate it. For those that want to see the film and check it out, when will it be screening at the film festival?
It'll be screening January 26th at 7 p.m. Yes. And you can go to Denton Black Film Festival.com to get the information, location, everything. All the information is there.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, the film is Steps. We are talking with Eddie Harris, the writer and producer. Make sure you check it out at the Denton Black Film Festival coming up. If you've not gotten your tickets yet, you got to. It's going to be too good of a festival to miss. You gotta check this out. Eddie, thank you so much.
Texas Red Carpet Premiere. Gotta come through. Thank you again.
Yes.
Really appreciate it, Jake.
Awesome. Thank you, Eddie. All right, everybody, check it out. Thank you very much for tuning in with us at DentonRadio.com. We're going to jump back into the music, but stay tuned all month. We're going to be bringing in a lot of great updates from some really incredible filmmakers. Thank you again for being here. We always, always, always appreciate it. And we will see you guys on the next interview. Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.